So, they're talking about removing the Confederate memorial in Arlington. It's a shame they're going to do that, but then I got news for you guys. They're never going to take down the greatest monument to Robert E. Lee and the Confederacy as a whole. Ever. Do you know why? Because Arlington National Cemetery pretty much is a Confederate monument. What they did is, after the Civil War, they buried a whole bunch of Union soldiers on Robert E. Lee's property. They did it as a kind of a way to spite him or something. If you ask me, you couldn't have asked for a better monument. I mean, that's the greatest monument of all time. Imagine having your yard converted into a cemetery for your slain enemies. It doesn't get any more badass than that. And, I mean, that's worth 1,000 pyramids, or having your face carved on the side of a mountain, or or a bunch of statues, of you in your likeness. I mean, that's just awesome. Yeah, my ancestors fought for the Confederacy. They wore gray, like I'm wearing now. See, yeah, it's a gray shirt. It's not a Confederate uniform, but who the fuck cares? But, you see, the thing is, it's like, you can say, oh, the Civil War was, the South fought for slavery, it was treasonous, all that stuff. Well, yeah. But saying that the South fought exclusively for slavery is about as ignorant as saying that wasn't a primary cause. I mean, for years there had been like a succession crisis. The South accounted for 20% of the population, but 80% of the taxes. That'd make me pretty mad too. And the Patriots in the Revolution, they fought for pretty much the same things the South did, and the Confederacy did in the Civil War. Because had the Loyalists won, slavery would have ended at least 30 years earlier, if not sooner. And you see, that's the thing. George Washington was a slaveholder, so was Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson had quite a thing for, well, he had jungle fever. And it's like, anyway, I really say that, again, they're never going to take down Arlington National Cemetery, which is the greatest Confederate monument of all time. And it's like, and if you want to rip down the statues of Confederates, you might as well rip down the statues of patriots too in the Revolution, like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, you name it. Because Patrick Henry was an abusive husband, a very abusive husband who liked to falsely imprison his wife. And a lot of heroes from all of history really have a lot of them have dark sides to them that few know about, and these sides can be very dark. Like Winston Churchill, he killed 3 million Indians by starvation. Yeah, his kill tally was on par with Hitler. And that's not to mention his numerous interventions, like the 1953 coup in Iran. And I know that the Iranians like to blame the U.S. for that, but the British, and more specifically Winston Churchill, were leading that charge. The U.S. just went along reluctantly. It's like, okay, are you sure this is a good idea? And the British were like, damn right, it's a good idea. So let's do it. And the U.S. is like, okay. Anyhow, the fact of the matter is that, like it or not, for better or worse, the Confederacy was as American as apple pie. And whether that's a positive or a negative is up to you. but it was as American as apple pie. It was a very American thing because this whole country was founded on a rebellion, if you know anything at all about history. And quite frankly, I had a thought-provoking conversation with an African American friend of mine. He was saying that he would never again celebrate the 4th of July. And I didn't get on him about that. I didn't say, oh, you're un-American and all that crap. And I said, well, if you're gonna celebrate the 4th of July, you might as well hang. It's pretty much like hanging a Confederate flag in your room. And he's like, yeah, exactly. That's why I don't celebrate. And I'm like, makes perfect sense to me. I don't blame you. But anyway, but you see, nobody's going to tell you these facts of history. You see, people, what they teach in schools is not history. They only teach what's convenient for them. It's just that simple. If they don't want you to know it, they're not going to teach it to you. That's why you have to dig and dig and dig and look for it. And study other events as well and draw comparisons and contrasts. And it's like, am I proud of my Confederate ancestors? Yes. Do I wish the Confederacy had won? I don't even know about that because the Confederacy could have easily ended up in an economic shithole because its economy was just a one-trick pony, and that was cotton and tobacco, at least after the war. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all.